Introduction: the illusion of problems. Every single person on this planet faces problems. Big ones, small ones, emotional, financial, mental. It doesn't matter who you are, problems are part of the human experience. But have you ever noticed that two people can face the exact same situation, yet one stays calm and finds a solution, while the other collapses under pressure? Why is that? Because the difference isn't in the problem. The difference is in the mind. The truth is, problems don't really exist in the world. They exist in our perception of the world. What we call a problem is actually a situation interpreted through a restless, fearful, or reactive mind. When the mind is peaceful, even chaos becomes manageable. When the mind is chaotic, even small issues feel impossible. That's why the peaceful mind formula isn't just about solving problems. It's about transforming the way you think, feel, and respond to life. Step 1. Awareness. See the problem without panic. The first step in solving any problem is awareness without judgment. Most people react instantly when something goes wrong. A bill arrives, someone says something rude, or a plan fails, and immediately emotions take control. Anxiety, anger, frustration, or self-blame flood the mind. But this reaction doesn't solve the problem. It feeds it. When you panic, your brain shuts down its higher reasoning. You can't think clearly, you can't see options, and you get trapped in a loop of negativity. Here's the secret. Pause before you react. Breathe. Notice what's happening inside you, not just outside. Say to yourself, this is a situation, not a disaster. I will see it clearly. This simple act of pausing gives your mind space to see, understand, and process the situation. Problems lose power when you stop feeding them with fear. Step 2. Acceptance. Stop fighting reality. The second step of the peaceful mind formula is acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean you like what's happening. It means you stop wasting your energy resisting what already is. Most of our suffering doesn't come from the situation itself, but from our inner resistance to it. For example, the car broke down. You can't change that, but you can stop saying, this shouldn't have happened. You lost your job. You can't undo it, but you can stop replaying the story of unfairness in your mind. When you accept, you release resistance. And once resistance fades, clarity appears. Acceptance creates inner stillness, and stillness is where true intelligence operates. Think of it like muddy water. The more you stir it, the murkier it gets. But when you let it sit still, it becomes clear. Your mind works the same way. Step 3. Perspective. Shift from why me to what now? Once your mind is calm and accepting, the next step is perspective. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? Or what can I do next? Every problem is actually a disguised lesson, a test of patience, wisdom, creativity, or faith. When you change your question, you change your direction. Think about every major breakthrough in your life. It likely came from a challenge. Growth is hidden inside discomfort. The key is to look at problems as opportunities to expand your thinking, not shrink your peace. Say to yourself, this is not against me. This is for my growth. When you reframe problems this way, your emotional state transforms. You move from victimhood to power, from confusion to calm action. Step 4. Detachment. Separate the problem from your identity. One of the most peaceful mental shifts you can ever make is realizing you are not your problems. You are the awareness behind them. When you identify with a problem, I am broke, I am a failure, I am depressed, you merge your identity with a temporary state. You become trapped in it. Instead, learn to see problems as external events happening around you, not inside you. For example, instead of I am anxious, say, anxiety is passing through me. Instead of I'm lost, say, I'm exploring new directions. Introduction. The mind as a tool, not a master. The mind is a powerful servant, but a terrible master. Most people live as slaves to their thoughts, dragged from worry to worry, fear to fear, emotion to emotion, without realizing they have the ability to choose what to think and how to feel. When your mind controls you, problems multiply. But when you learn to control your mind, even the toughest challenges become manageable. That's the essence of the peaceful mind formula. to train your mind to respond with clarity, calmness, and confidence. Step 1. Control your inner dialogue. Your thoughts are the language of your mind. Every second, you're talking to yourself, consciously or subconsciously, and those silent conversations shape how you see the world. When something goes wrong, most people's inner dialogue sounds like this: I can't handle this. Why does this always happen to me? Nothing ever works out. This kind of self-talk feeds panic, not peace. But here's the truth. Your brain believes what you repeatedly tell it. If you say you're powerless, your brain will find reasons to prove it. If you say you're capable, it will search for solutions. So here's your first mental training exercise. Whenever a problem arises, replace your reaction with a response like, I've handled challenges before. I can handle this too. Let me breathe and look at the facts. There is a solution. I just haven't seen it yet. Speak to yourself like you would to a friend you care about. Calm, confident, and encouraging. That's how your mind learns to stay steady under pressure. Step 2. Separate fact from feelings. When problems appear, your emotions often create a storm. Anger, fear, and sadness twist reality and make everything seem worse than it is. The peaceful mind knows how to separate facts from feelings. Let's take an example. Suppose you lose your job. The fact is, I lost my job. The feeling is, I'm worthless. My life is falling apart. The fact is neutral. The feeling is emotional. When you blur the two, you create unnecessary suffering. Training your mind means pausing to ask, what's actually true right now, and what's just a thought or feeling about it? This one question breaks the emotional fog. Once you separate facts from feelings, you can see reality clearly. And clear seeing always leads to smart solutions. Step 3. Focus on what you can control. Most people waste their energy worrying about things they can't control. Other people's opinions, the past, or random circumstances. But peace comes from focusing on what's within your control. Your attitude, your effort, your next step. No matter how big a problem looks, there's always something you can do. You can change your response, adjust your plan, improve your mindset, learn from the situation. The question to always keep in your mind is, what part of this is mine to manage? When you focus only on what's yours, the chaos outside loses its power over you. That's when you regain inner control. And inner control is a foundation of peace. Step 4. Rewire your emotional response. You can't always control what happens, but you can train how your body and mind react. Every time you stay calm instead of angry, breathe instead of panic, reflect instead of react, you're rewiring your brain. Neuroscience shows that emotional habits are like muscle memory. The more often you respond calmly, the stronger your peace pathways become. Here's a short daily practice to help you rewire your emotional pattern. Breathe deeply whenever you notice tension. Name the emotion. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling angry. Accept it without judgment. Replace it with intention. Say, I choose calm. Repeat this every day. Over time, your brain learns. Calmness is a default, not chaos. Step 5. Visualization. Seeing peace before it happens. Your mind doesn't know the difference between imagination and reality. When you visualize peace, focus, and clarity, your brain begins to mirror that state. So here's a simple visualization practice. Close your eyes and imagine yourself handling your biggest problem calmly. See yourself breathing slowly, thinking clearly, and taking smart actions. Picture the solution forming step by step. Imagine yourself smiling, not because the problem vanished, but because you mastered your mind. Introduction. Peace without action is just a dream. By now, you've learned that peace of mind isn't about escaping problems. It's about mastering how you respond to them. But peace alone isn't enough. To truly solve problems, you must take calm, focused action. Because while inner peace gives you clarity, it's action that turns clarity into change. This part of the Peaceful Mind formula is about bridging the gap between thinking peacefully and acting powerfully, without losing your balance along the way. Step 1. From overthinking to understanding. One of the biggest traps when facing a problem is overthinking. You replay the situation, analyze every detail, and question every choice. Yet nothing changes. Overthinking feels like action, but it's actually mental paralysis. The mind keeps running in circles because it's afraid to take the next step. The peaceful mind works differently. Instead of asking what if, it asks what's true right now. Let's say you're dealing with a financial issue. Overthinking sounds like, what if I lose everything? What if I never recover? Understanding sounds like, here's where I stand financially. Here's what I could do next week. When you stop dramatizing the future and start observing the present, clarity appears naturally. You see the next small step instead of trying to solve the whole puzzle at once. Remember, you don't need to see the entire path to start walking, just the next step. Step 2, break the problem into pieces. A peaceful mind solves problems by breaking them into small, actionable parts. Big problems look impossible because you're trying to swallow them whole. But once you divide them, they lose their power. Ask yourself 3 questions. What's the real issue here? Not the emotion, but the actual problem. What's the first step I can take right now? What's the worst that can realistically happen if I try? Often, you'll realize that the worst isn't that bad, and that fear is the only real obstacle. For example, if your relationship is struggling, start with one honest conversation, not trying to fix everything. If you're overwhelmed at work, start by organizing the top 3 tasks, not the whole list. If your goal feels huge, take one consistent step daily instead of waiting for motivation. Breaking problems down isn't weakness, it's wisdom, because big success always comes from small, calm steps repeated consistently. Step 3, act without emotion, but with intention. Calm action doesn't mean being emotionless. It means letting your emotions inform you, not control you. Fear can show you where you need courage. Anger can reveal where boundaries are needed. Sadness can remind you of what you value most. But once you've listened to the message, act from intention, not emotion. Here's a simple principle to guide your actions. Don't act when your mind is cloudy. Act when your mind is clear. When you act from peace, your energy is focused. You speak better, think sharper, and handle outcomes with maturity. So before any major decision, pause and ask, am I reacting or responding? That single question can save you from countless mistakes. Step 4, embrace flexibility. A peaceful problem solver understands that plans can change, and that's okay. Rigidity creates stress. Flexibility creates freedom. The goal is not to control every outcome, but to stay balanced no matter what happens. If plan A fails, shift to plan B without self-blame. If timing changes, adjust your expectations without losing patience. Problems often transform the moment you stop demanding that life go your way. Say to yourself, this situation is guiding me, not blocking me. When you stay adaptable, you stay undefeated, because no outcome can shake your inner peace. Step 5, reflection and gratitude, the final touch. Once you've acted, take time to reflect. Whether the outcome was what you hoped for or not, every challenge carries a lesson. Ask yourself, what did I learn about myself through this? How did I grow mentally or emotionally? What will I do differently next time? Then, practice gratitude. Gratitude doesn't mean pretending everything is perfect. It means acknowledging the growth, wisdom, and strength you've gained along the way. Say to yourself each night, I did my best today, and that is enough. Introduction: Beyond problem solving, becoming unshakable. You've now learned how to understand your mind, train your thoughts, and act with calm confidence. But the final goal of the Peaceful Mind Formula isn't just to solve problems. It's to rise above them. Because when your peace no longer depends on circumstances, you become unshakable. That's not a fantasy, it's a skill. And like every skill, it can be practiced until it becomes your natural way of living. Let's explore how to live with this kind of peace. Every day, no matter what life brings. Step 1, redefine what peace means. Most people believe peace is the absence of problems. But real peace is the ability to stay centered in spite of problems. Life will always bring new challenges, health issues, unexpected changes, difficult people. But when your inner world is calm, the outer world can't shake you. True peace isn't soft. It's strong. It's the quiet strength that says, no matter what happens, I will respond with awareness, not fear. That's what makes you powerful. Not because you can control everything, but because you no longer need to. Step 2. Make peace a daily practice. Peace doesn't appear once and stay forever. You must cultivate it daily, like watering a plant. Here are 4 simple but powerful daily practices to anchor peace into your life. Morning stillness, 5 minutes. When you wake up, before checking your phone or thinking about the day, sit quietly and take 5 deep breaths. Tell yourself, today, I choose calm over chaos. Mindful pause. Anytime something stressful happens, stop for just 3 seconds before reacting. Breathe, observe, then respond. Those 3 seconds can save you from hours of regret. Evening reflection. Before bed, ask yourself, did I stay calm today? What tested my peace? What did I learn about myself? Daily gratitude. No matter how the day went, find 3 things to be grateful for. Gratitude turns survival into joy. When practiced consistently, these habits train your nervous system to remain relaxed even under pressure. Over time, peace becomes your default state, not something you have to chase. Step 3. Let go of control. At the heart of all suffering lies one thing: control. We want life to go our way. People behave as we expect, and plans unfold perfectly. But life doesn't obey our scripts. The more you try to control everything, the more anxious you become. The more you let go, the freer you feel. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that you can handle whatever comes next with grace, patience, and wisdom. Say to yourself, I can't control the waves, but I can learn to surf. That's the mindset of peace. Flexible, resilient, and calm no matter how unpredictable the ocean of life becomes. Step 4. Surround yourself with calm energy. Your environment shapes your mind more than you realize. If you're surrounded by noise, negativity, or constant distraction, peace becomes difficult. Create an environment that supports stillness. Spend time with people who bring calm, not chaos. Keep your space clean and uncluttered. Outer order supports inner order. Limit your intake of negative media. Protect your mental space like your most valuable possession. Spend time in nature. A few minutes of silence under the sky can heal what hours of talking cannot. You are the average of the energy you surround yourself with. So choose peace in your people, your environment, and your thoughts. Step 5. Live with purpose, not pressure. The most peaceful people on earth are not those without responsibilities. They are those with clarity of purpose. When you know why you're doing something, stress loses its grip. Your purpose becomes a compass that guides your actions, even when life feels uncertain. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? How can I serve, grow, and contribute today? Purpose gives meaning to every challenge. It transforms pain into progress and struggle into strength. When you live with purpose, even problems become part of your path. Step 6. The final realization. You were never broken. Perhaps the greatest truth of all is this: you are never broken, only distracted from your own peace. You don't need to find peace. It's not something outside you. It's who you are underneath the noise, the fear, the thoughts, and the stories. When you quiet the noise, what remains is your natural state: calm, clear, wise, and compassionate. Problems may come and go, but you, the awareness behind them, remain steady. That's the heart of the peaceful mind formula. Not just to solve problems, but to remember the strength and serenity that have always lived within you. Final reflection exercise. Find a quiet space, close your eyes, and take a deep breath. Ask yourself these 3 questions slowly. What's something I can accept instead of resist right now? What's something I can release that I no longer need control? What's one way I can bring peace to someone else today? When you live with these questions in your heart, peace stops being an idea. It becomes your way of being. Closing message. Remember this truth. Peace is not the end of your journey. It's the foundation for everything great you'll ever build. With a peaceful mind, you can think clearly, love deeply, and solve any problem life puts before you. You don't need to rush. You don't need to fear. You just need to return again and again to the calm, steady voice inside that says, no matter what happens, I am at peace.